Children younger than 5 years old could soon be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine. This afternoon, Pfizer asked the FDA for emergency use authorization. It's a 2-dose vaccine for kids ages 6 months to 5 years old. The vaccine could be available by the end of the month. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. Tonight, CBS 8's Steve Price is hearing from local parents and physicians about how this will impact children and what it means for the future of the pandemic. Steve?
And Marcella, generally speaking, we have seen that children are not getting as sick from COVID as adults. That said, doctors here want to make it clear that there are kids in the hospital right now being treated for COVID-19. So they are pleased to hear that the vaccine could soon be available for even more age groups. Roxy's good at disappearing, but kids can't hide from COVID. Now comes word that Pfizer is seeking emergency authorization to approve its vaccine for children between 6 months and 4 years old.
I'm really happy that it's going to happen, but I'm not going to have her be the first in line.
Nikki Carson has concerns because Roxy is only 2 years old, still has a lot of growing to do, and relatively speaking, the vaccine is pretty new.
There's no way to know long-term until it's been long-term. There's no way to really predict that.
We have so much experience immunizing babies, starting at birth and certainly at 2, 4, and 6 months of age.
Dr. Mark Sawyer is an infectious disease specialist who says they're actually seeing less side effects in children under 12 than in those 13 and older. And he adds little kids aren't great at wearing masks, so the vaccine is really their only line of defense.
Pediatricians appreciate the value of the vaccine, and when they do the calculation of the risk of the vaccine versus the risk of the disease, you decide to use the vaccine because it prevents many more problems than it causes.
Smile.
Rowan's mom agrees, especially since her husband is immunocompromised, and she sees another positive. She'll feel safer letting her 2-year-old play with other kids, getting much needed socialization.
The awkward stages are easier to manage when they have other kids to feed off of, and then it becomes less awkward. It's a better opportunity for everyone to get back to normal too.
And as you can imagine, just the topic of kids and the COVID vaccine, it's polarizing. And I did speak to several parents at the park today who said they didn't get the vaccine themselves, and they're definitely not going to give it to their children because at this point they say it's just too new in their opinion, and they don't feel safe giving it to themselves or definitely their kids as well. But if all goes as planned, Marcella, the hope from doctors is that the vaccine will start going into these younger children by the end of the month.
Definitely people feeling passionate on both sides of this debate, Steve. Now, kids ages 5 to 11, we know they've been able to get the vaccine for more than a couple of months now. Did you talk to parents of kids in that age range that have similar concerns?
You know, I talked to the doctor to ask, hey, how's it going with that age group? Are those parents bringing their children in for the vaccine? He said, honestly, we're having a tough time getting them in. At this point, only about 28% of children in that 5 to 11 group nationwide have been coming in to get their first shot. Even less have gotten 2 doses. So definitely having issues getting the younger kids in for that vaccine.
We'll see what happens if they open it up to kids under the age of 5. Thanks, Steve.